Let's take a moment to slow down. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with noise, distractions, and chaos. Whether it's work, family, or just the pressure to keep up, life pulls us in so many directions. But have you ever noticed that in the midst of all this, we rarely pause? We rarely take the time to be still, to truly be present with ourselves. We think that peace is something we need to chase, but in reality, it's something we need to find within. What if I told you that stillness isn't just about sitting in silence? It's about how we approach every moment, even in the middle of chaos. In his book, Think Like a Monk, Shetty talks about how monks find inner peace despite the world around them. This isn't about withdrawing from life or avoiding challenges. It's about embracing them, but from a place of calm and clarity. So how do we find that stillness in our everyday lives? How do we tap into that inner peace when everything around us feels out of control? Let's start with this. The mind is constantly seeking something to latch onto. It's looking for problems to solve, things to worry about, or distractions to chase. But stillness begins when we recognize that not every thought needs our attention. We can observe them, let them pass, and choose not to engage. One of the simplest ways to practice this is through breath. When was the last time you simply focused on your breath? It's the most natural thing we do, but we often take it for granted. Try this with me. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and then slowly let it out. In that simple act, you've created a moment of stillness. You've reminded your body and mind that you're in control. But stillness isn't just about physical calm, it's about mental clarity. When we pause, when we focus on the breath, we give our mind a chance to reset. We allow space for perspective, for reflection. In these moments, we start to see things differently. Problems that seemed overwhelming suddenly become manageable. Challenges we feared begin to lose their power over us. Shetty talks about this concept as finding peace amidst the storm. Life will always have storms. There will always be challenges, unexpected events, and chaos. But imagine being the eye of that storm, the center where it's calm, where nothing can shake you. That's the power of stillness. It's about being in the world, but not letting the world take away your peace. Stillness isn't something you find once and keep forever. It's a practice, something we have to work at every day. We lose it when we get caught up in the rush, the stress, and the distractions. But the beauty of stillness is that it's always there, waiting for us to return. It's in those quiet moments before we fall asleep or when we wake up in the morning. It's in the pause between conversations, in the space between thoughts. And here's the thing, stillness doesn't mean inactivity. In fact, some of the most powerful actions come from a place of stillness. When we're calm, when our mind is clear, we make better decisions. We respond to life rather than react to it. Instead of being pulled in every direction, we choose our direction with intention. So how do we cultivate this practice of stillness? Start small. Create pockets of stillness throughout your day. Maybe it's just 1 minute in the morning to breathe, to check in with yourself. Maybe it's during your commute when you turn off the noise and just be present. Maybe it's at the end of the day where instead of rushing to bed, you take a moment to reflect. Shetty reminds us that monks are not immune to the noise and distractions of life, but they've learned to master their mind, to not be swayed by the chaos around them. They've built a foundation of stillness that guides their every action, and we can do the same even if we don't live in a monastery. Stillness helps us to hear our inner voice, the one that gets drowned out by the noise. It's that voice that tells us what truly matters, what we need to focus on. When we're still, we reconnect with our purpose. We remember why we're here, and we gain the strength to move forward with clarity and confidence. But let's be honest, This isn't easy. We live in a world that celebrates busyness. We're constantly told that productivity is everything, that we need to hustle and grind. But if we don't take the time to pause, to reflect, to be still, we lose ourselves in the process. We burn out, we become disconnected, and we miss out on the deeper meaning of life. Think about this. When was the last time you felt truly at peace? When was the last time you sat in silence and felt content with just being? That feeling is what stillness offers. It's a return to yourself, a moment of clarity in a chaotic world. Stillness is a form of self-care, but it's also a powerful tool for growth. When we're still, we gain insight. We start to understand our patterns, our habits, our reactions. And from that understanding, we can make changes. We can become more intentional about how we live, how we interact with the world. One of the key lessons from Think Like a Monk is that stillness gives us strength. It's not weakness to pause, to take a step back, to reflect. It's actually a sign of wisdom and resilience. When we take the time to be still, we gather the energy we need to face the challenges ahead. We show up more fully, more present, and more capable. So today, I encourage you to embrace stillness. Not just in the quiet moments, but in the middle of the noise, in the middle of the chaos. When life feels overwhelming, pause. Take a breath and remind yourself that peace is always within reach. It's not something you need to chase. It's something you already have inside you. The power of stillness is real, and it's available to you right now. It's the key to finding inner peace, to living with purpose, and to thriving in a chaotic world. So start today, right now, with a single breath. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let go of everything that doesn't serve you. In that moment, you'll find stillness. And in that stillness, you'll find peace. Now take these teachings and try applying them in your life. If you want more guidance on how to think like a monk, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mind of a Monk. Let's keep growing together.